Hello boys, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Today is the day we're going to court. And I'm so curious what in the world is about to happen, because I don't think we could have possibly brought Orla to the courthouse. But then again, Ace Attorney never ceases to amaze me. So maybe we'll just have to wait and see if that's gonna happen or not. I don't know. I know that Miss de Plume is gonna be a witness and she's gonna give us some testimony. Fulbright is the detective, so he's gonna give us some testimony probably. We might hear from Marlon Rhymes. We might hear from Sasha. At some point, they might try to make Orla testify. I'll die if they do. But if you're new here, I'm defending a killer whale today in court. Whether the whale is here or not, she's the one who is on trial. And quite frankly, we don't really have another suspect at the moment. The best thing we can do is try to finger somebody else for the crime. Right now, I'm suspecting Miss de Plume because I like her and I want her to be a murderer. Also, she seems to possibly have a hidden agenda against the aquarium. So I can definitely work with that, and I could absolutely bluff and say that she has reason to want to frame the killer whale. You know, she gets a hot scoop out of it. She's been blacklisted from the aquarium, so she could want some kind of revenge there. We'll pull at that thread, and we'll try to get something out of her. Simon Blackwell's going to be here, so we're going to see him again. And I guess let's just get started with it, all right? Changeling DJ, hello. Tim Wiggins, that was a fantastic 4 look for sure. Oh, are you guys talking about the thumbnail? Sorry, I switched out of my... So it is one of my favorite things to work out in. I work out in the fall. Basically, it's just a tight blue thermal. I love the color, and I love wearing tight clothing. But no, I'm just wearing a regular shirt. Dogface, hello! Just had the Wi-Fi repair guy here, and I kept thinking if this doesn't get fixed before stream, I'm going to be very sad. Oh no. Jacob Welsh, sound is okay. That's great. Phoenix of Grandeur, hello, between heaven and hell. David, a special courtroom that's in a pool and all the attorneys in wetsuits. Oh, could you imagine? All right. And Deo Communist, good to see you, as well as Amaryllis2 Spinner. Feeling a lot of anxiety right now, so it's nice to have a distraction. I often feel very anxious, and so yes, I agree. This is a distraction for you, it's a distraction for me. It is July 21st, 9:21 a.m. at the District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Good morning, Mr. Wright. How could anybody feel anxious with this big old smiling face staring at you? Hi, Athena. How are you doing today, sweetie? Good morning. Chipper as ever this morning, I see. I'm just thankful we actually get to have a trial for Orla. As a matter of fact, I just ran a few laps around the courthouse to get extra pumped. Oh, she still does that, does she? And I just splashed my face with some water to get the sleep out of my eyes. Oh, I also queued the Swashbuckler video so we can watch it anytime. Oh my god, are you kidding me? A TV... So, we're doing this mechanic back where we get to look at a video? This is just gonna be like, Officer Meekin's security tape and the La Miroir concert. Are we gonna watch it to the point where we are sick of the song? Absolutely. Should we start right now? Absolutely. Alright, let's take a look. I'm gonna learn the lyrics. God, it's so good! It's so theatrical. They're thespians. Maybe we can find some hidden details in here. Yeah, there she is. Big stash, big eye print. It's on her left side. I don't know if that matters. Do you think there's gonna be a secret twin whale? Alright, so she kills the captain and then steals his hat. That's gonna make her look guilty. Pirates sail the 7 seas. Free as free can be. We swim through storms and waves, all because you see grand treasure and adventures waiting just for me. Yeah! Alright. I have a hunch we're gonna have to watch this a couple of times through, and I think by the end of it, I'm gonna get these lyrics down, and I'm gonna perform for you guys. Hi, Athena. Alright. Thanks! This might help our case. By the way, you have some serious dark circles. Did you stay up late watching this?
What? Me? No, I just woke up early, that's all. Guess I need to cover them up. I get ragged on enough as it is by Prosecutor Blackwell.
Speaking of being pumped, I'm pretty fired up for this trial too. It's been a while.
That explains why your hair is spikier than usual. I mean, look at it. It's all super pokey and prickly and stuff. It's amazing!
That was a compliment, right? Maybe.
Good luck, Mr. Nick. I'll be cheering you on from the gallery.
Thank you, Pearls. It's been so long, I'm actually a little nervous.
Yo, good morning, Mr. Lawyer. Oh, Mr. Rhymes. You came to watch the trial.
Are you gonna be testifying?
Yeah, Sasha's back at the aquarium with the Oka. So I thought I'd come here to watch for her. Well, don't you worry. We're gonna win for Orla.
I don't know. Isn't that right, boss? I mean, yes, I'm Apollo Nope, I'm Phoenix Wright, and I'm fine. It's one unprecedented trial. Coming right up. Phoenix of Grandeur, where is Apollo? Apollo's been benched for this case. He wanted to go to the aquarium, and Phoenix was like, actually, can you stay back and take care of Trucy? I can only imagine it's because, it would probably be a lot to have all three lawyers working together. So usually you get one lawyer and one partner. So like, obviously in the last game, Apollo was the lawyer and Trucy was the partner. This game, we have three lawyers to work with. So it was like, first we were Apollo working with Athena. And now we're Phoenix Wright working with Athena. So maybe at some point we'll get a Phoenix Wright working with Apollo. That'd be interesting. We'll have to wait and see. All right, it's July 21st, 9:30 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Oh, it feels good to be back, boys. Let's see if we can do something. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Aura Shipley. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, he looks so good. Must we waste words on this? Prosecutor Simon Blackwell. Known as the Twisted Samurai, he's a prosecutor who's also a convicted felon. In case you didn't know that yet. They say he never conducts a trial without his loyal hawk Taka by his side. Mr. Wright, it's been quite a while since I've seen you like that. The lawyer image suits you. You look younger somehow. Yeah, it's because I shaved, Your Honor. Nothing will make a man look 10 years younger like shaving his face. Thank you, Your Honor. And you look as young as ever yourself. Well, I have to keep up with you folks, after all. By the way, has the defendant arrived in court yet? About that, Your Honor. Surely you jest. Your boldness. Did you not receive the memo? The defendant, Aura Shipley, is an orca at Ship-Shape Aquarium. An orca?!
Frankie, they're putting an orca on trial?
Yeah, babe, can't you listen? Arrangements for this trial were made only yesterday, so I didn't have time to review. That's great. Hold that thought. I need to turn on my AC. It's fall now, so I forget about it, because I feel like it gets too cold in here. But tonight is a hot night. I'm feeling the pressure from the trial, so we just gotta get it a little bit chillier in here. Apologies, Your Honor. Don't worry, I'm ready. Ready as ever. Gotta make sure I'm staying nice and cozy in my apartment. But an orca as a defendant. It's patently absurd. Yes, patently. Direct your comments to the defense. He's the absurd fellow who insisted on defending the orca in court in the first place. Absurd or not, I will carry out my duty to defend my client. I'm Phoenix Wright, and it's what I do best. Oops, that's the wrong way. I want to center myself a little bit more. I don't think I did, but that's fine. Your duty to defend your crying ants. Don't you mean your crying orca, Mr. Wright? If we are to proceed, we must treat the orca as we would any other defendant. Every soul, be it of man or beast, is of equal value. Well, that is inherently not correct. Alright, humans have human rights. Animals don't. The question is whether that soul is painted in black or white. Take Taka, for example. He is as human in spirit as you or I. Alright, that's great and everything, but Taka can't talk. The real question is, am I in for more pain, as always? Orca or not, I suppose the defendant is still a defendant. And I vow to render my verdict fairly and impartially. Yeah, you're the king of impartiality. Now then, Prosecutor Blackwell, your opening statement if you would. Is he gonna trick the judge into giving it again? I suppose I can hardly leave it to someone who knew nothing of the defendant. Very well, listen carefully. The orca murdered the owner of Shipshape Aquarium in the aquarium's orca pool. The orca apparently toyed with the victim mercilessly as he died. Ah, a sadistic orca. What a bone-chilling thought. And where exactly is the defendant now? Inside of this. Ah, a cell phone. Wait, Prosecutor Blackwell. Time marches on, your baldness, with or without us. I borrowed this television phone from the aquarium, which will allow us to interact with the orca. Sir, it's gotta be the year, like, 2037 in the Phoenix Wright universe by now. What the fuck are you doing with a flip phone? Oh, a TV phone. Very well. The court accepts it into evidence. A cell phone used by the Shipshape Aquarium staff. This model can connect to TVs and be used to conduct teleconferencing. Alright, can I get the autopsy report, though? We will be able to view the defendant in question on this large monitor. Fulbright, prepare the transmission. Son of a bitch, we are going to be getting Orla's testimony. Haha! You got it, Prosecutor Blackwell! Oh my god! We will proceed with the defendant on telecast. So, that is the orca that stands accused, is it? Yep, there she is. Oh, look at that little face. Oh, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on.
Orla, wish Phoenix and Athena luck.
Okay, so Sasha's there too. I was wondering, is somebody going to be, like, guiding her through this process? So Sasha's not here in the courthouse. She's back at the aquarium. Okay. Oh, it's quite cute, isn't it? And this adorable creature is suspected of killing a man.
Orla's really pouring on the charm, huh?
She is far from cute. She is a violent, reckless animal. You just said 5 minutes ago that we need to treat animals as equal as humans. Alright, I'm just asking you to pick a lane and stay in it, my guy. That's right! The name's Bobby Fulbright, and I'll take over the explaining from here. Now, if I could direct your attention to this diagram of the scene. Following the report of an orca attack, we, the police, raced on over to the Shipshape Aquarium. There, we found a guest who says she saw the orca and the victim in the visitor's corridor. As the witness was watching, the orca suddenly went crazy and attacked the victim. Yeah, that's not the case. The orca was the only one there. Therefore, no one else could have committed the crime. It's not quite finished, but I have a portion of the autopsy here. It's not quite finished? What do you mean it's not quite finished? What's missing from it? Hold up. Instant death from a brain contusion. There are signs of blunt force trauma all over the body. I need more details than that. I need to look at details. Hang on. Cause of death, bruise all over the body. Death thought to be the result of an orca attack. Estimated time of death under investigation. Well, what the fuck? This is useless! Were there teeth marks on the body or nah? Ugh. Oh, sorry, I missed that line. What did the judge say? Oh, I can't imagine terror being attacked underwater. The terror of being attacked underwater by such a large creature. Yeah, it would be terrifying as hell. But attack it did. Prepare yourself for the grisly details, your boldness. The prosecution moves to introduce our witness. Fulbright. You got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. In justice we trust. One brave lady whose fine sense of justice compelled her to speak. Coming right up. Alright, so are we jumping on to Norma right away? How dare you make me wait? Don't you know I'm a busy woman? I could have written an entire book for all the time I spent in the lobby. Oh, Prosecutor Blackwell. Well. I'm Norma de Plume. I'm a non-fiction writer. Am I the only one who isn't telepathic here? Looks like she can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts. Not everything needs to be a competition, Athena, alright? Calm yourself. Oh, Norma de Plume! The great non-fiction writer, Miss Norma de Plume herself? I've read all your works, and I enjoyed them immensely. Your million seller, The Great Grief of the Great Thief, is one of my favorites. Oh, you're a fan, Your Honor. I could give you my autograph if you like. Wait a second. I could swear you looked much different in the photos of your book. Well, I used ones from 10 years ago. My books, wait, what? I use photos from 10 years ago in my books, so that the paparazzi won't harass me. Oh, the judge seems shocked. Listen, if your Grindr photo is 10 years old, you gotta update it. The visual disconnect must really be doing a number on His Honor's head. I want to see her photos from 10 years ago. Could we get started, please? If I find you to be lacking as a judge, you will see your debut in my books. Such harsh comments. You really must be the real Norma de Plume. Who knew Miss de Plume was so famous? Enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw, and keep it brief. I would thank you not to order me around, darling. I'm perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was the moment of the murder. Very well then. Proceed with your testimony. Alright, my queen. Lay it on me and lay it on me thick. Well, I went to Ship Aquarium to see the killer whale. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately. Yeah, is that a fact? That adorable defendant really did that. It must be much more vicious than it looks. Now, deliver your judgment so I may carry out the sentence. Objection! Yeah, oh, it feels so good to hear his objection. Amaryllis, your voice acting for Blackwell is good. Are you sure about that? Oh, man. Me and voice acting. I force it as much as I can. But any real voice actor would cringe so hard. The defense would like to do some defending first, if I'm allowed, because it's my job, remember? Must you drag this out with your tomfoolery? Oh, jeez, Athena. The defense always has the right to cross-examine the witness, you know. A fellow inmate told me just this morning. If you want something signed, all you need is the document and a witness. Right. Let me guess. They were convicted for contract fraud. Where's this going? All we need in this case is the evidence and a witness to convict. It's as simple as that. I feel like that's a stretch away from contract law, but go off. Looks like I guessed right. Sorry, but as Miss Sykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine. Isn't that correct, Your Honor?
Yes, of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
I shall relish in the sight of you thrashing around in vain. Alright. Can't wait for you to start drawing your sword on me. Alright, Norma, let's get some more information out of you. Why did you want to see the killer whale? Why did you want to see the orca? Me and Phoenix, we got the same fucking questions. We're on the same fucking vibe.
Well, it is the featured attraction of the aquarium, after all.
Why waste energy on such tripe? There is but one attraction in Shipshape Aquarium that's worth anyone's time. And that is the penguins. Isn't that right, Taka, my friend? Oh, he's got a soft spot for birds. Blackwell, do you want to go to a penguin feeding together? Alrighty then. I guess Prosecutor Blackwell is for the birds.
I guess I should jot that down. Note to self. Prosecutor Blackwell is on Team Rifle.
And so you went to see the orca in its tank.
Yes, that's right. So I was watching the killer whale, it suddenly went crazy. What do you mean it suddenly went crazy? Did she?
Yes, it took a look at me, then all at once started going berserk.
It must have been your radiant beauty. Well, did you do anything to make her angry?
I did nothing more than simply glare at it. From the visitor's corridor, might I remind you?
She glared at Orla. And that's what caused her to go berserk?
Objection!
The reason the defendant went mad is not the issue here. Only what she did once she entered that state. No, I think that matters.
In any case, the killer whale began behaving wildly in front of my eyes, and then I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth.
So, you're saying you saw the very moment of the victim's death?
That is exactly what I'm saying, darling. Oh, it was simply dreadful. It was as frightening as losing one's manuscript just before a deadline.
I suppose for a writer that would be pretty terrifying. Between heaven and hell, I'd like to work somewhere with a nap room. Well, that's what your break room is. You just can't get caught taking a nap in there.
I witnessed the killer whale's horrific act, and I knew I had to do something, so attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to police immediately.
Why were the police the first ones you contacted?
I was afraid if I told the aquarium staff, they might try to cover it up. Of course, I immediately told aquarium security after my call to police. I believe I deserve praise for my swift decision-making skills. Under the pressure of the situation.
Mr. Plume is the most assertive witness I've ever seen.
We'd better do our best to look like big shot lawyers if we want to match your intensity.
Right, let's fake like we're professionals. You got this, Athena. Mr. Plume, I praise your swift decision-making skills under pressure.
That was more kiss-ass than big shot, boss.
I suppose it was unrealistic to expect big shots from Mr. Wright.
Ouch. How fitting for a small fry to praise a big shot. Alright, how about cutting the small fry some slack? Ya big bullies. The important thing here is, did she really see the moment of the murder? Or is she full of shit?
You're rearing to go, aren't you, Mr. Wright? I see it in your eyes, and in your heart.
Ha! I guess I really am a lawyer at heart. Alright. So we didn't really get it. We have to find something to go against her. I was watching the killer from the visitor's corridor, so they went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth. Let's look at our evidence again. What do we have that can disprove things? Alright. A brand new stage show. Captain Orla has a new rival featuring the dashing Red Stash with a fluttering red scar. Who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the skull rock? Interesting. So the color red sounds like it's going to be important at some point. Photo of the body. Okay. Orca pool diagram. Great. We got the whistle. We got the footage of the video camera. This might be the thing, because we could show the video and say, like, nah, you can't see this whale biting anybody. That might be my go-to. I just want to double check and make sure that I'm not missing something else. We got fish, we got a walkie-talkie, we got a calendar that I don't think is important right now. We've got the bloodstained coin, the swashbuckler spectacular video, a TV phone, and the autopsy. The autopsy could also be it. Contusion from head trauma, bruised all over body, death thought to be a result of an orca attack. I don't know if that aligns perfectly with the idea of being bitten. I think it's one of these two things, the video or the autopsy. Let's start with the video.
Objection!
Fuck! Your Honor! What is your opinion on the witness's statement just now?
My opinion is that there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh. Well, to be fair, this is my first trial in 8 years, so, cut me some slack?
That is no excuse, Mr. Wright. I should give you 8 years worth of penalties.
Shoot. Alright, I'm a little rusty. I took a long break from law. Can't he go easy on me? Alright, maybe it was the autopsy. So it wasn't the video. Maybe I should do a save of confidence. We're not there yet.
Objection!
There it is. It's the autopsy. It would seem that you're mistaken, Miss de Plume.
I beg your pardon?
The autopsy report does indeed say death thought to be the result of an orca attack. But the actual cause of death is contusion from head trauma, not being bitten.
What? But I'm sure the victim was bitten.
I don't believe that can be true. The security footage doesn't show anything of the kind.
Objection!
Right, which is what I tried to show, to be fair, game. Just as I suspected. I knew you would peek at the footage behind Fulbright's back. Well, what did you expect when he wouldn't play nice and share? But unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only one small part. Huh? Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all the evidence. Taka, the evidence I gave you for safekeeping. Huh. Guess that hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright in Blackwell's book.
Very well. Let's review the footage.
Well, son of a fuck.
Oh, what's this? The orca's biting the victim.
I don't know. Are you sure it's not the doll, maybe?
No way! I have to say, this appears to be very damning evidence.
Shit. Alright, so now there's 2 photos.
No! I can't believe Orla really bit him.
And there is more. Look at this. This photograph was taken while the body was being examined.
There appears to be a strange bruise on the victim's right wrist.
Oh yeah, I guess there kind of is. I'll have the crime lab examine the bruise and calculate its relevance to the case at hand. What's important now is the evidence that points to the orca as the killer. Look at the left side of the body. See the orca's tooth marks in the victim's clothes. I don't care about seeing it in the victim's clothes. I want to see tooth marks inside of a body, and battle wounds, and blood. Do you understand me, Blackwell? We need a full autopsy report here.
Yes, they do appear to suggest that she did in fact bite the victim.
But where's the blood? I call shenanigans.
I told you so. And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface with the victim in his mouth.
Objection!
Her mouth. Also, Maybe she was just trying to rescue him from drowning. However, in the autopsy report, the cause of death is contusion from head trauma.
Objection!
You are much too impetuous, right, Dono? Granted, the orca biting the victim was not the cause of death. The witness was mistaken about that.
Then what explanation is there for what the witness saw?
Did I not say in the beginning? The orca toyed with the victim mercilessly.
My goodness!
After killing the victim, the defendant swam around with his dead body in her mouth. Just like any other predator toying with its prey. This doesn't look good. Mr. Wright! The hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear. Fear of Orla.
So, the defendant bit the victim after she had killed him. But if that's the case, then we must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have a sound theory to give to the court?
I wouldn't be standing here if I couldn't prove whether the orca's heart was black or white. But Orla is black and white. Her body, I mean. I know, it's an 411 fact, it's an evolutionary adaptation. The coloring helps these animals stay camouflaged in their environment. If you're above a whale, looking down at it, the black back side of an animal, the dorsal side, if you will, it's facing up toward the surface of the ocean. When you're looking down into the darkness, the depths. So the dark backside is going to blend in with those dark depths. If you're swimming underneath a critter like a whale, looking up at it, you're going to see the underside of the body, which is going to be white, which is going to be able to better kind of blend in or mesh with the light coming down from the surface of the ocean. So it's a nice form of camouflage. That's why also penguins have that kind of black-white color scheme as well. It just helps you stay a little bit hidden, whether you are trying to flee or fight. Athena, please try not to provoke Prosecutor Blackwell, who is also very black and white. The witness will also observed. This witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think back, word mistress. That's what I'm going to call authors from now on. Word mistress. Think back to what you observed before the orca bit the victim. Objection, leading the witness. Ah, I see what you're driving at. So that was the true moment of the murder, was it? Now explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand. There you go again, ordering me around. Stop that this instant, darling. But whatever. I don't mind telling my story. I saw the killer whale before it toyed with the body as well. I saw the moment it killed the victim by head-butting him. Well, why wouldn't you mention that in the first place? Orla killed the victim by head-butting him? That's right. It rammed the victim over and over again. Recall that the autopsy report stated that there were bruises all over his body. Recall as well how persistent the defendant can be when she's attacking her prey. And we all just saw the killer whale headbutting the victim in the footage, don't forget. That footage backs up Mr. Plume's testimony. But there's also something very important that it does not show. Now, do you see what a menace this killer whale is?
Objection!
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm sorry, but I can't allow your testimony to stand unchallenged. Looking at this footage, the orca certainly seems to be headbutting something. But you'll note that that something is not the victim. Oh my goodness, my panties! Whoa, honey. I want to look away, but I can't. Even if it was the victim, you couldn't have seen him from where you were, could you? What? Oh, well, I suppose not. Mr. Plume, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant? Let's see. Oh,
I remember now. As I recall, a rock in the shape of a skull was indeed obstructing my view.
So, are you admitting you couldn't see the victim?
Yes, I suppose I am. However, immediately after headbutting the victim, he came floating up. He came up from behind the skull-shaped rock, and his body was all limp. What else could I think except the killer whale was headbutting the victim?
Objection!
But if you didn't actually see the moment of the attack itself, then it's pure conjecture.
Objection!
Must I do everything around here?
How dare you speak so rudely to me? The fucking audacity of you!
There's no need for hysterics. Clear your mind and recall how you reached your conclusion. Though you couldn't see what the orca was attacking, you didn't need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had 1 year prior. Uh-oh. Aw, man, there's lore? God damn it, why is there always lore? What happened a year ago?
Oh!
1 year ago?
That's right. Yes, that's it. That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim.
I'm sorry, could someone explain to me what happened a year ago? If you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year in which the defendant murdered her trainer. I hope her name wasn't Dawn.
What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say?
What? Whoa, is this really true? Wait, that can't be. She would have been put down. Why is the animal still alive? This isn't looking good for us, though. It's all in this book.
Oh, that book. The Killer Whale. That's Miss de Plume's latest work. I was just thinking of picking that up.
A non-fiction book by Norma de Plume. About the case from last year. Whoa! Hi, sweetie? God, the female trainers are so beautiful. It's almost like you have to imagine that the owner of this place might have been a sexist man who demanded beautiful women to take on the job. But also, if you're somebody who works with animals and you're a trainer, the amount of water work you do, it's kind of hard to not be in incredible shape. So, it's a swimmer's build. Last year, the defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. The orca headbutted and bit the victim. The same thing she's accused of in this case. That thing is a menace! Guilty, I say! I never want to go to the beach again! No! Now everyone's even more convinced Orla did it. Vanilla Gaming. Hi, sweetie! George, she's a corpse. What? Is that inappropriate to say to a corpse? Should I not be going to people's funerals, walking up to the open casket, giving them the little look and being like, "Hey, queen! You look dashing, darling. Honestly, you could never put makeup on yourself this well, so thank God you really got the funeral people to dress you up for once. We were doing so well, but now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it, but it's hard to keep on believing in somebody you can't even tell me your side. Well, first of all, I'm a scientist and I'm pretty observant about things, so I need to look at a couple of things. So here's the book. It has a picture of the trainer. First of all, the bite is on her walkie-talkie. Second of all, there's a missing tooth, which is interesting. So, like, you guys can see... Actually, you might not be able to see it because it's kind of small. What if I, just this once, try to enhance so I can show you what I'm talking about? We're going to make it real big so that there's no confusion. Alright, so I'm looking at the teeth marks, right? There's a missing one, and I need to cross-reference this with something else that I have in evidence. Do I have it in evidence? Do I have the doll? I don't have the doll. Fuck. There was a doll from our investigation that also had a bite mark in it, and I want to look at it again. No spoilers, chat. I want to check for myself to see if the doll had the same bite pattern or if there was also a missing tooth. Because there's no doubt in my mind that this missing tooth, at some point, this is going to be important. I don't know how. I don't know when. But I want you to understand that I'm making a mental note of it. Okay? Glad we're on the same page. Anyways, let's move on. CKD, I come in late and he's talking about makeup on corpses.
Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe in Orla. There's no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her, please. I'm begging you.
Well, that makes our case a little more complicated because now we have 2 victims that are both being accused of being killed by Orla. Sasha, what is going on here? How did she get accused of killing a trainer a year ago and nothing has happened? Sasha, what am I doing doubting my client like this? This is the time to be strong.
I believe in Orla, and I'm ready to fight for our clients. I'll take everybody in this courtroom out if I have to, Mr. Wright.
Okay, Athena, calm down. Don't worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her till the very end.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Don't worry. I almost called Orla a fish. That's the cardinal sin. She's a fucking mammal. Oh my god, I can't be one of those people. We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now. For an instant there, you were afraid of the orca. Weren't you right, Dono? When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me. So you acknowledge that you're pasty. He saw right through me. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the orca. It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, and I'm willing to believe in Orla too. And what do you know about orcas? Nothing. That's what. I'll have you know that I know a couple of things about orcas. So allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales. They are cunning. So a really popular prey of killer whales are seals. And holy shit. So I went whale watching. The way these whales hunt in packs, and they will literally plan out attack strategies and to like really trick out these seals. It's fucking wild. If you have never looked up like how orcas hunt, honestly, if you're somebody who's like into documentaries or something, I'd recommend taking a look at it. These are unfathomably smart creatures. And yeah, it makes you a little uncomfortable because like it's sad for the seals, but like that's also the circle of life.
Oh, so killer whales really are killers. What terrifying creatures indeed.
Well, Judge, to be fair, every animal has to kill something to eat, unless you're at the bottom of the food chain. And if you're at the bottom of the food chain, then you're a weak-ass bitch. I can't bear to hear any more of such rubbish as trusting a killer. Can you, your boldness? No matter what you say, I'll continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know. Dullard. You don't know when to give up, do you? Very well. I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no quarter and lay the full truth on them.
Oh, but of course. This is what I do, after all.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what will you have the witness testify about?
I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard. What she heard?
Very well, Mr. Plume. Please tell the court what you saw and what you heard.
Okie doke.
The killer whale's behavior was exact exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing.
That's interesting.
I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But when the pirate hat and the victim came floating up, I simply let out a scream.
So the orca displayed the same behavior during the incident a year ago.
That's right. Those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the Swashbuckler Spectacular song! That's right, it was singing the same song it sang in the aquarium stage show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. It was perfectly horrible!
That's very interesting. Maybe it was in its performance. Like it was running through its routine. I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in the testimony. It's clear I won't be able to take apart her statements with evidence alone.
Mr. Wright, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work.
Oh god, it's psychology time.
It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do.
Well, you seem pretty confident. Let me guess. You noticed a contradiction between the testimony and her emotions?
You bet I did. And once we expose it, we just might be able to crack her. No, scratch that. Make it, we'll definitely be able to.
Alright, let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try.
You got it, boss. A complete analysis of Mr. Plume... Sorry, boss, I get a little excited. A complete analysis of Mr. Plume's heart coming right up. Widget, open me up, baby.
Okay. Get ready, boys. It's time to be emotionally intelligent. Alright, the killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. No emotions there. As I approached the pool, the killer whale's behavior was oh, sorry. Whoops, didn't mean to go backwards. The killer whale suddenly started singing, which, yeah, I guess that could make you feel a little bit surprised. Like, oh, that's different. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. Well, that's a lie, Hunty. You look scared shitless. The fuck you mean? This is an easy one. Mr. Plume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she? Psychology is easy, guys.
Don't be absurd! I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale. It must have been something else that scared her then, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid, for some reason, while it was doing that. It sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time. Try to remember what it was. What did you see?
This is practically turning into a counseling session.
I saw something. I remember now.
What did you see?
Okay, good. Now if you could please tell the court what you saw. I saw bright red blood. The killer whale's ramming caused the victim to bleed. There was a great cloud of it.
What? I mean, this can't be news to us. We saw it in the security footage.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I was so sure. That's when I knew the killer whale had killed a person for a second time.
Well, that was a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood.
Right, yeah, I was worried about that. So, her terror was a reaction to blood, was it? That would certainly explain what happened yesterday. Please take a look at this blood-stained coin. Yeah, she got all scared.
Cease and desist at once! What kind of man shows a lady blood?
Alright. She's a trauma queen.
I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since then, I've been simply terrified of blood. The very sight of it dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities.
This is a bad turn. If Mr. Plume saw blood, then does that mean Orla really did attack the victim? It would appear that orcas are even more vicious than I am. said the man who's convicted of murder. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, right, Dono? I mean, I like it enough to do it every other weekend, so...
What do we do now, boss?
that testimony was not at all what I expected to hear.
Wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Mr. Plume's heart.
Oh, so there's more. Oh, well, keep working, Athena.
Well, yeah, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging.
Oh, yeah, right. Is there even anything left of our case to damage? Whatever it is. We have to face it head on. Athena, you believe in Orla, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth.
Yeah, you're right.
I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is. So let's delve a little deeper.
You got it, boss.
Time to shamelessly plug your Discord? Yeah, guys, there's a Discord linked below if you're new here. If you want to become part of the friends we're making along the way, there's a link in the description of this video. Make sure to check it out. Alright, the killer whales was the same as a year ago. She approached the pool. She was shocked. The whale was singing. Info update. Alright, after it started headbutting, I saw that awful blood and was terrified. Okay. But when the pirate hat and the victim came floating up, I let out a scream. I see. Alright, I think I got it. It's a little more subtle this time. Did you guys get it? So Athena talked about this, I think, in the last case. Sometimes you're looking for changes in emotions. She still has fear here, but the fear's diminished. So she's more scared when she can only see the blood, but when we're looking at an actual dead body, allegedly, her fear goes down. That doesn't make sense to me. What's going on there, Hunty? Huh. Her fear appears to lessen here at this statement. Mr. Plume, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him?
Why, that's a very good question. I was shaken after witnessing a murder, yes, but then... well, the blood seemed to disappear.
Disappear? Why do you suppose that was?
Simple. It was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared.
The blood disappeared after the whale put the hat on? Sweetheart, listen. I'm only an amateur, but I don't think you need a degree in marine biology to understand that what you're saying, it sounds like the whale was the one who was bleeding, respectfully. Which, if that is true, then we've got bigger problems at Ship Shape Aquarium than I thought, because, guys, what the hell are you doing over there? If you have a whale that has an injury on her head, how did you not fucking notice that? Aren't you performing physical examinations on your animals and making sure that they're not injured?
Objection!
Shouldn't there be documentation of that? And how exactly does that work? Well, Phoenix, I just explained it.
How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, Blue Boy.
Wait a minute. From whom was the blood that Mr. Plume saw actually coming from? From Miss Orla Ora Shipley.
Take that!
I'm so good. Consider this. Consider the following. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim.
I beg your pardon? What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in the pool beside the victim.
Well, the whale. I wouldn't say there was no one else. There is. It is an orca pool after all. What? Then where is this alleged injury on the defendant? I'm not sure. But if simply wearing the pirate hat made the blood disappear, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on Orla's head.
Oh my goodness!
Alright, girl, can you keep your panties on, please? The orca's head? What are you prattling on about now?
Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw. That is... the one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale? Ah, I remember now. There wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all.
What a terrible witness you've been. Looks kind of derpy with the hat on and the fucking mustache. All right, cool. So this is actually really helpful to our case, I think. Was somebody attacking Orla? That's not good.
We did it! Analytical psychology got us what we need from her.
That was a huge help. It was also pretty dicey for a while, though.
Well, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendant's, not the victim's.
That is correct. And since there was no blood coming from the victim, there's only one thing we can conclude. That what Miss de Plume witnessed was not the moment of the murder as she claims. No, well, that's accurate.
Objection!
I thought you were unarmed, but it turns out you were concealing a sword all along. I was waiting for you to talk about swordplay. Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut through bone. Well, why don't you come here and polish me off for a little while, and I'll start cutting through bone. Meaning, I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. CKD, what a terrible witness you've been. Every single witness we've ever had. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? Death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility. I agree, it could be a possibility. You know what would be really important to determining this, Blackwell? A fucking completed autopsy report. You should be goddamn ashamed of yourself to show up here in the courtroom with something so vague as to say, well, he's dead and we think it was an orca that did it. The fuck does that mean? I would like to see an autopsy report that says there was internal hemorrhaging. Alright, did you even do an autopsy? Fuck off, Blackwell. God, I'm feeling a little bit cunty tonight, but you're wasting my time here. He has a point there. Yeah, no he doesn't, Phoenix. If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll need a sharper blade than that, right? Phoenix, put me in, clock me in. My blade's sharp and ready for slicing. I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder. Well, there's gotta be something. Think, Phoenix. If I'm correct, then the victim's death occurred, I guess, before de Plume saw it? Because the victim was already down in the pool. If the victim was already dead when Orla started her headbutting, then that would mean he died sometime before Miss de Plume was watching her. The events Miss de Plume witnessed took place at around 10:10 a.m. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m. Uh-oh, this is bad. I do have something that I might be able to use, but it's gonna throw Marlon Rhymes under the bus. He met with the victim at 7 in the morning. Oh man, I didn't think Marlon was gonna be the guy we were fingering. But I think that might be it.
Take that!
This is the evidence that proves Miss de Plume did not see the moment of the— oh wait, I might be wrong about this, actually.
Huh? I'm not sure that's really related to what Miss de Plume did or didn't.
I misunderstood the assignment, Athena. I'm sorry. I thought... I thought we were just trying to show that something happened before... Okay, oops. I'll take the L there. Alright, fine, give me my penalty. I don't even care. Alright. The events Miss de Plume witnessed took place at around 10:10 a.m., right? Yep. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m. Well, let me try this again. We've got the swashbuckler show. We got the crime scene photos. We've got... Is his walkie-talkie bit in it all? It's not. Okay, just checking. I mean, we got this photo at 10:09. Large quantity of fish used for feeding rifle. Not surprisingly, it has a horrible fish smell. Issue to all aquarium staff. It can be used to broadcast inside the aquarium. This was not correct. Bloodstained coin. Swashbuckler video. There's the fact that there isn't a time of death in the autopsy report, maybe? I have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m. I'm not understanding the assignment. This is from a year ago, so it can't be relevant right now. Fuck, I really thought it would have been the calendar. Something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m. that could show us that Miss de Plume couldn't have witnessed the murder. Is it the fucking photo from 10:09? That doesn't check out with me, right? Discovered by the side of the orca pool, there are 300 coins in all, weighing 7 pounds. This makes it a likely murder weapon. I mean, I guess I could go with the coins and be like, hey, we have a weapon. This must have been used before 10:10 a.m. Maybe?
Take that!
Fuck! I think it might be time for a save of confidence. I'm losing my credibility and I'm losing it fast here. Shit. Let me save. See, I don't have a lot to work with. It sounds kind of stupid. The photo would be very, very literal. I have something that can tell us about what happened just before 10:10 a.m. If it's this photo at 10:09, I'm gonna think that that's fucking stupid, because we already talked about the fact that in this first photo you can't see that the orca's hitting a man. So that doesn't jive with me. That's beating a dead horse. But literally, I don't think I have anything else to work with. Captain Orla has a new rival featuring the dashing red stash with a fluttering red scar. Who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the skull rock? I don't understand what that would have to do with being before 10:10.
Take that!
Fuck off! Are you kidding me? We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10:10 a.m. Which means there's still footage going further back that we need to check. Alright, you had... I forgive a lot of things in this game about logic, 'cause it's about suspending disbelief. But you mean to tell me that for some trivial reason, unbeknownst to us, that there's footage that exists before 10:10, and we just chose to not look at it because why not? And I'm supposed to just know that when the only information that's been given to me is that the security footage was obtained by Detective Fulbright, the detective whose job it is to review the security footage and present it to the court, and I'm supposed to know through my magic crystal ball that there's more footage that I don't have in my evidence from before the crime, so I'm supposed to present the evidence that doesn't show what I'm supposed to know from the evidence that I don't have. I got a bone to pick. Alright? In my opinion, this one's unforgivable. That was a stupid evidence draw. Fuck off. Your Honor, I request that all of the security footage be played for the court. Because for some fucking reason, apparently it wasn't. All of the footage. Miss de Plume witnessed the cloud of blood around 10:10 a.m. But I believe the victim was already dead by that time.
So, your assertion is that the murder took place before Mr. Plume arrived.
Exactly. The security camera footage starts at 10 o'clock a.m. when when the aquarium opened. And I believe there is vital evidence in the 10 minutes before. I didn't know that. You are quite the gambling man, right, Dono? Are you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes? Apparently I am. I've bet on slimmer chances before, but when he puts it that way... Oh.
My boss is no coward, Prosecutor Blackwell, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie.
Oh, God. She's got a lot of sass on her.
Well, if the defense is that confident in its importance, Prosecutor Blackwell, the security footage.
Fulbright. Roger! I have the rest of the security footage right here.
Very well. Please, play it for the court.
Detective Fulbright, if there's something incriminating on this footage that you didn't submit to the court, low-key, I think you need to turn your badge in. Are you even a real fucking detective?
This is what it looked like at 10:10 a.m. The witness can be seen here.
Alright, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now. 10:09, great. 10:08, swimming fine, not a problem. 10:06, it appears Mr. Plume hasn't arrived on the scene yet. Now to see if I can find something from before this point in time. 10:03, just swimming around the pool. 10 o'clock, just swimming around the pool. But there's no blood. So the whale got injured at some point in that minute between 10:06 and 10:09. Is that it? Yep! That's all the footage there is. Alright. You might be off the hook this time, Fulbright, because I can understand why you would think that that's not important footage to submit. But I'm watching you.
Well, Mr. Wright, did you see what you were looking for?
We got nothing.
Well, right, Dono. Those were the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Did you see anything of significance? Yes, I think I did. I better think about this carefully. In the footage, we see something important or nothing important. Oh, how do I want to play this? All right. There's a couple of factors to take into consideration here. Factor number one, the whale's injury isn't present, and then it suddenly is present, and that's suspicious. Fact number two, the body was clearly in there that whole time, right? So the body gets risen up at 10:10, already in the pool. We don't see a body enter the pool in over 10 minutes of time. Now, I am not too familiar with many people who can survive 10 minutes underwater. So, when did he go into the pool? He must have gone into the pool before the footage started at 10 o'clock in the morning. So do I say that I saw something important or nothing important? Because we didn't, well, I'm going to say something important. This is the important thing the footage shows. Oh, shit. Wait, no, I want to back up. I did this wrong. Well, I'm trying to say that the important thing the footage shows is that there's nothing... I should have said nothing important. God damn it. Well, let's try the whale's injury. I think the important thing is that you can't see a person the entire time. But let's just look at the whale. Ugh. Importance is a subjective thing. Fine, give me my fucking penalty. I'm in trouble here, boys. What if something should be in the footage that isn't there? Please, Your Honor, in that footage. We see... Oh, God. I'm down on my last fucking legs, boys. We see nothing important. We can see nothing of importance in that footage. Just as I thought. Haha! You're right about that! That section was completely meaningless. It doesn't show a thing! That's why I didn't submit it as evidence.
Objection!
No, you got it wrong, my guy. It's literally the exact opposite.
Huh. What do you mean by that?
In this 10 minutes of footage, something important that should be there isn't there. Detective Fulbright, this footage should have been submitted as evidence.
What? Are you questioning the way I carry out my duty to justice?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. What is this important thing that you say should be in the footage? What isn't?
I mean, it's the body. The important thing we should see in the footage is the victim himself, Jack Shipley. I don't know about you, but I didn't see him get in the pool in the footage.
Ah!
I know, easy to overlook, isn't it?
Ah! That's right!
If the victim is not shown entering the pool in this footage, it means that he must have been there by the Skull Rock during those 10 minutes. But I don't know of any humans who can hold their breath underwater for that long.
Wait a minute! What are you saying?
I'm saying you fucked up, my guy, and you need to get a pay cut.
When the security camera started up at 10 o'clock in the morning, the victim was already dead. What? My goodness! My justice failed me! I'm gonna shat him in my white pants!
Order! Order in the court. If that's the case, then when was the victim murdered?
I don't know, Your Honor. It's literally not my job to find out. You know what would help? A completed autopsy report! God damn it. We know it had to have been sometime before 10 o'clock. Therefore, this footage can no longer be called decisive evidence against my client. But there is no one else who could have killed the victim. Not necessarily. The defense believes that the true culprit may have been a human. And we have evidence to back up our theory as well. Do you now? I would be very interested in seeing this evidence. The defense's trump card, that thing we found during our investigation yesterday. I wouldn't go so far as to call it decisive, but as a bluffing tool, it's the time to play it. Alright, let's throw the coin at him.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Submit your evidence. What evidence shows that the crime may have been committed by a human?
Take that!
When you wish upon a coin.
What's this? A coin.
Yes, a fake coin, used in the aquarium's pirate show. We found it beside the pool. This coin is quite possibly the real murder weapon.
This tiny little coin? The murder weapon? Mr. Wright, if this is another one of your bluffs.
It is, but you have to see it through all the way to fall for it, Your Honor. As they say, the bolder the presentation, the less confident the solicitor. This one's not a bluff, and this isn't the only coin. There are 300 of these coins altogether, weighing a total of about 7 pounds. This one just happens to have blood on it. Did you have the blood analyzed to see whose it is? Well, not yet. You see, my friend Emma Skye doesn't appear to be a detective anymore. She got replaced by your very incompetent detective. Sorry, Fulbright, but facts is facts. But there were coins scattered all around the body, and the victim had a head wound. Taking these things into account, I believe it has to be the victim's blood. So, to put it together, we have about 7 pounds of coins by the side of the pool. One of them with a blood stain on it. I think the answer is pretty clear here. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the victim was killed beside the pool.
The side of the pool? But if the murder took place there, it would be difficult to say the orca did it.
Yeah, that's my point.
I realize you are trying to defend your client, but that theory is simply preposterous. How could 300 coins possibly be made into to hit someone all at once?
It's called a bag, ma'am. It'd be pretty easy if they were in a bag or something of that nature.
Oh, so where's this bag the coins were in?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, we received nothing of the sort from the scene. It's possible the culprit took it with them.
They took it?
Well, I mean, if you didn't want to get caught, I suppose you would. The true culprit used the coins as a blunt instrument to commit the murder. They then threw the body in the pool before the security cameras started up. And then they left, taking the bag and the coins, taking the bag the coins were in with them. Sorry, Your Honor. They got rid of the evidence that points to a human culprit to pin the blame on Orla. Sounds fair to me.
That was brilliant, Mr. Wright. You found a way to introduce the possibility of a human perpetrator.
Yeah, somehow. Let's hope my luck holds out, though. I wonder why Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't said anything.
The possibility of a perpetrator other than the defendant has been suggested. But if we hold this possibility to be true, what did Miss de Plume witness?
That's right. I saw the killer whale attack the victim. Just like it did a year ago, singing a song. I guess there is still that. Even with somebody else as the culprit, Orla's behavior does still seem pretty bizarre. I wonder why she did what she was doing. I wonder why... Jesus fucking Christ, Mr. Wright, you can fire me now. I wonder why did she was...
Is this my fault, or is this a script writing fault? I wonder... Why did she was doing the same... My brain hurts. I wonder why she was doing the same thing she did a year... Yeah, the word did shouldn't be in here. That doesn't belong. There's an extra word thrown into this sentence. I'm not the idiot here. The scriptwriters are the idiots here. Chat, back me up on this. Someone screenshot it and send it into Capcom and demand a refund.
I wonder why she was doing the same thing she did a year ago.
Athena, are you alright? Have you been drinking? But are they really that bizarre?
What do you mean?
To explain the inexplicable, all we have to do is turn our thinking around.
Turn our thinking around, huh? Sounds good to me, boss.
Time to give the old turn my thinking around method a try. Instead of trying to figure out why Orla did the same thing she did a year ago, I should consider the results that were produced by her behavior this time around. Orla sang a song, did some headbutts, and bit the victim. If the real culprit wanted to shift the suspicion onto Orla, then they would have needed to give people a reason to think Orla did it in the first place.
Mr. Wright, as her lawyer, how do you explain your client's actions?
I believe we should think of it in this way, Your Honor. What kind of effect did Orla's actions have on the case?
Very well. Why don't you explain it for the court? How did the defendant's actions affect the case?
Well, it created a witness, for one, so I think that's probably the right answer. Miss de Plume focused her attention on the orca pool before she heard the song. The orca's act of singing created a witness.
Created a witness.
Yeah, it drew attention. Isn't it possible that fabricating a witness was the real culprit's true intention by manipulating the whale into performing the swashbuckler spectacular? After all, Miss de Plume witnessed two things. She saw Orla headbutt something over and over, and she saw the orca bite the victim. Those two actions of Orla's might have been the real culprit's plot to make the witness think the orca was attacking the victim.
Oh, are you saying the defendant was being manipulated by the true perpetrator?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Your Honor, and that would explain Orla's actions perfectly.
But the defendant is an orca. Is it even possible to manipulate her?
Oh yeah, there's a way to manipulate the orca behavior with this. In the real world, it's a bridge that is not used to give out commands, but in our world, it's used to give out commands.
Is this a whistle?
Yes, Your Honor. Trainers at the aquarium use whistles to issue commands to Orla. But in truth, anyone can do it, provided they know the right signals.
Oh, that must be how they got Orla to do the tricks for the pirate shows.
The true culprit hid the body in a spot that couldn't be seen from the visitor's corridor. Then, when Miss de Plume appeared, they gave Orla the commands. Yikes. In other words, Orla was manipulated by the culprit to perform a series of tricks. But wait a minute, who's our killer? Because I thought the killer was Miss de Plume. But she doesn't sound like the killer anymore. Oh no, Marlon, you're looking guilty as sin right about now. And as for you, Miss de Plume, you were manipulated by the true culprit to play the part of the witness.
I, Norma de Plume, was set up. I, Norma de Plume, oh god, ex-writer extraordinaire was used. Absolutely not!
No, oh my god, whoa, holy jiggle physics. Whoa, 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 whoa! Listen, I'm not prepared to censor the stream here. You better button that shit back up.
Mr. Plume! Please, do something about your attire. Nobody wants to see that.
Oh god, my head. That was one wardrobe malfunction I did not want to see. Alright, time to Janet Jackson her ass and get her out of here. So wait a minute, who's our killer? It can't be Marlon. Marlon's a sweet guy, he loves animals. Maybe it's the veterinarian that we haven't met yet.
It would appear we need to shift our suspicion towards someone other than Orla. Prosecutor Blackwell, please have the blood-stained coin analyzed.
You waste your breath. I guess even Prosecutor Blackwell can't refute the possibility of a human suspect.
You did it, boss! If the crime happened beside the pool, there's no way the orca could have done it.
Now, if only we could find the bag the coins were in.
In light of the new discovery, it would appear that the orca couldn't have done it.
Exactly, Your Honor. If the blood on the coin proves it... If the blood on the coin proves to be that of the victim, we can unequivocally overturn Orla's accusation. Overturn the defendant's accusation? I think not. Ah! My hair! My beautiful hair! Yesterday, a new inmate was brought into the prison. He said the moment you relax is when you're most vulnerable. Okay, go on. CKD. Phoenix only makes this pose when he thought Maya was dead, and from seeing Norma's tits. There are two traumas a man experiences in his life. One of them is seeing his best friend die. One of them is seeing women's breasts.
And what did this man go in for?
He is merely a sneaky thief who enjoys a spot of fishing now and again. But right Dono here would be easier to hook than any fish. That hawk sure does love the judge's head. Hey, wait, what? You have the bag? You've just been holding on to that? Objection! The prosecution's been withholding evidence.
What's this? A coin from before, and some sort of bag.
A bag? I don't think I'm gonna like this. This is the coin bag the 300 coins were in. I believe you were looking for this. How did you get that? I never said we didn't find it at the crime scene. The bag had blood on it, so naturally I had sent it to the crime lab. And? Does the blood belong to the victim? It does indeed, as does the blood on the coin. I knew it! So the blood on the coin did belong to the victim. The bag was open and the coins had all spilt out. But the bag alone wasn't proof enough to say that it was used as the murder weapon. However, thanks to the defense and their coin, I am more than satisfied that it was.
Prosecutor Blackwell, are you conceding that the true culprit committed the murder with the bag of coins?
I shall concede that the victim was put into the pool after his death. However, even with the bag, it doesn't change the fact it was the orca that killed the victim. Explain that to me. What? How could you still suspect Orla? You said the true culprit manipulated Orla's behavior, but Orla isn't the kind of orca that would let someone control her. If anything, Orla used the victim's behavior against him to murder. That is absolutely not true. She's a trained animal inside of a housing facility. Her whole existence is following commands. What? But that doesn't make any sense.
you arguing the orca manipulated a human being?
To prove it, I have summoned another witness. Marlon Rhymes. Take the stand.
Marlon Rhymes? He's a witness? What do you have to say, my guy?
Well, don't just stand there. State your name.
I told you I didn't want to be a witness, man.
I thought one witness would be quite enough to prove the defendant's guilt. But apparently Right Dono won't be satisfied until every stone is turned.
Well, son of a... Alright, fine. If I gotta talk, let's get this over with. Mr. Rhymes doesn't seem like a willing witness.
I wonder what Prosecutor Blackwell is gonna have him testify about. Yeah, where is this going?
So, could we, have your name and occupation for the record, witness?
Oh, jeez. Yo! Yo-ho! Yo, Judge, can we shut this down? People of the law, time to testify. Chilling with my crew at the ship shape. Orcas, penguins, and a seascape. Cleaning and feeding, there ain't no end. But them bratty kids, to us, I shall transcend. Noob animal keeper from the house of rhymes. I'm the master keeper, Marlon with the rhymes.
Oh my god, he made the pun out of his own name!
Oh, my. I'm afraid I couldn't understand what you said. What kind of nonsense music is that? Oh, the generation of kids these days. They don't understand refined culture and music. Is this that flip-flop music young people now?
Yeah, I had a feeling the judge was gonna be like that. So close, Your Honor, so close. And yet so far.
Just please proceed with your testimony, witness. Without the flip-flop.
Yeah, please, without it.
Okay, fine. But I don't want to do this, I tell ya. I feel like I'm selling Sasha out.
Why? What do you have to say about Sasha?
Yoshi2003, hello, welcome to the chat.
The man manipulating Orca.
At about 10:10 a.m., I was in the staff room. I heard a loud noise coming from the pool room. So I went to the door to look in. I couldn't see the captain or the Orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around.
Well, he's already lying, because he was with Pearls at 10:10, I thought.
The Orca knows there's a certain spot for people to stand and play volleyball with her. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and then hit the captain.
So that gives us a little more info about the area around the Orca pool. It also has information about the area around the Orca pool. The pool's about 65 feet deep. What's the updated information? The defendant made stuff fall down. Overturned crates and assorted props was scattered all over the pool floor room. There's no doubt it was the Orca that caused the mess.
Well, could she have really done that from within the pool?
As I said, the Orca is the only one that could perform such a feat. The pool and its room were tidied the night before, including various odds and ends. But when our rhyming Marlon checked on the scene, over 400 pounds of props had fallen. To move it all in one go would challenge even the brawny prisoner in the cell next to mine. What is he, the jail gossip? Why does he have so much tea on everybody? So, how did 400 pounds of items fall all at once? I'll tell you. The Orca pulls the cloth that was underneath them. And then crushed our guy? Is that what you're saying? She pulled the cloth underneath all of these items, and then they all fell to the floor. And I see we've got our little coin bag that looks like it's gonna land right on our guy's head. It's a theory. It's not one that I believe. A weight that would still be all but impossible for a human to move. It was child's play for an Orca. During a friendly game of volleyball, the defendant made the crates fall, and the bag of coins that was among the items fell on the victim's head and killed her. So you're saying it was an accident? The Orca then toyed with the victim's body underwater, which is what Mr. Plume saw. I'm not buying it. But the witness said he only heard a loud noise. That doesn't automatically make it the sound of Orla making the items fall. Also, why did you only look in the pool room anyway, Mr. Rhymes? Oh, that orca sometimes makes a loud noise to summon a trainer. But I'm still a newbie, so I don't have a security card to get into the pool room yet. So even if she tries to summon somebody, there's not really much I can do about it.
I see. So the witness couldn't enter the class.
Objection!
If Mr. Rhymes couldn't enter the room, there's at least one thing he couldn't be sure about. His statement that the orca was playing volleyball is pure speculation.
Silence!
Whether the orca was actually playing volleyball or not is not the issue. Traces of the orca's saliva were found on the cloth that was underneath the crates. The important point is that the orca is the only one who could have removed the items. I have to discredit that statement somehow. If I don't, it'd mean that Orla is the culprit, even if the victim died beside the pool. Well, I guess we have to have one hell of a cross-examination of this guy. I better save, since I have no wiggle room anymore. Blew it all on that fucking security footage. I'm not a very credible lawyer, am I? Alright, at about 10:10 a.m., I was in the staff room. That's a lie, I thought. Where's my penguin thing? Am I bullshitting here? Apparently belongs to Rhymes. It was accidentally switched with Pearl's calendar around 10:10 a.m., which happened in the food prep room. Like, am I delusional? I literally just saved, so why don't we just throw it on the line? This is bold.
Objection!
Yeah, I am not delusional. I'm a fucking professional. Give me back my credibility. You say you were in the staff room? That's a fucking lie. You were talking to a 17-year-old girl. Wait, what? Of course it's true. Why would I lie about something like that? Mr. Rhymes, have you ever seen this calendar before? Hey, that's... I see you recognize it. Yeah, that's the rifle calendar. It's a big hit at the Shipshape Aquarium gift shop. Thanks for shopping at Shipshape. Oh my god, his customer service is impeccable.
Mr. Rhymes, please refrain from scattering fish around my witness stand.
Not to worry your boldness. Taka will have them cleaned up in no time. You know, there used to be a time period where the judge didn't allow animals in the courtroom. I guess everything's free reign now. I guess that bird comes in handy now and then.
All right, Mr. Wright. We have all seen your cute souvenir. Now, if you wouldn't mind.
No, Your Honor. This isn't my calendar. It was originally the witness's, but it came into possession of a certain young lady. What? There it is. Mr. Rhymes and this young lady first met each other in the food prep room. After a mishap, their calendars got swapped around. They ran into each other at about 10:10 a.m. in the food prep room. So clearly, the witness wasn't in the staff room. In other words, there's no way he could have heard the noise in the pool room upstairs. Ah, jeez. What's this? This is the first I'm hearing about any calendar. Well, guess what? If you're gonna have secret evidence you can pull out of your ass, I get to also have secret evidence I get to pull out of my ass. That's how this works. You lied to me. This transgression will not go unpunished. Ah, jeez.
So, Mr. Rhymes, you didn't hear the noise of the equipment falling after all, did you?
Okay, I admit it. I didn't hear the noise in the orca pool room myself. But, somebody told me about it. Who? Well, it was, Look, unless you tell the truth, Mr. Rhymes, I'm not gonna be able to save Orla. And I'm sure you know how sad that would make Miss Buckler. Well, you see, I heard about it from Sasha. What? What? From Miss Buckler? But that doesn't make any sense. What in the world is going on here? Now it's the trainer's own words that drive the orca into a corner. How do you like being bitten by your own client, right, Donald? I think we need to call up Miss Buckler on the phone and have a chat with her. Well, I certainly didn't see this coming. What perfect timing. There was something I wanted to ask Miss Buckler about the orca. The prosecution calls the trainer, Miss Sasha Buckler, to the stand.
Yes, I do suppose it would be a good idea to hear what the orca trainer has to say.
I don't know what Sasha's gonna say, but I'll just have to meet it head on, whatever it is.
We will take a 20-minute recess while the witness is summoned.
To be continued! There it is, boys. We made it halfway through. Wow, Sasha. I mean, she's got to be a good guy. She sought out our defense. Do you think Sasha could be a secret evil, a secret bad guy? I don't believe it. She sings the Swashbuckler Spectacular. If you sing a song, I'm convinced that you have to be a good guy. All right, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you are as invested in this as I am. I guess we're going to be bringing Sasha on the stand in the next one. That'll be tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock Standard Eastern Time, as usual. I hope to see you guys there. If you could leave a like on the stream, the engagement is super helpful. And other than that, I will wish you all a great night. Thank you for hanging out with me, and toodles, boys!